a little bit younger.
Welcome to the podcast, Erik. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you very much.
How's things over in Germany since the news of Klopp?
Yeah, everybody is a little bit nervous because what's going to happen. So it's if a small ball starts rolling and one manager says, I'm going to leave a top club, then other managers think they can step into this big feat of Jurgen. And then it's going to be a snowball. Huh?
Yeah, it seems that way in terms of you've got obviously Thomas Tuchel and Nagelsmann. Do you see any of them as a good fit for Liverpool, or do you think they're just sort of, let's say, dangling the carrot to see if it's available?
I was more thinking about Alonso.
Yeah.
My former club, Leverkusen. He is doing an unbelievable good job there. He has a lot of young players and took some experienced players in, like Xhaka, for example. And he has a fantastic mixture of players there, and he plays very sexy football.
Yeah, I think. Listen, I'm a massive fan of Xabi Alonso, and we all are as Liverpool supporters for what he has done for this club.
Yes.
He's part of history, and he's had an unbelievable career. He's very well respected. He's won everything. How do you see that translating into English football? Now, you say he plays sexy football, and that is exactly what we want to see as Liverpool fans.
That's why I think it fits.
Okay.
That's why I think. And he's still a young manager. He just did the under-23 in Spain before he came to Leverkusen. And Simon Rolfes, the technical director of Leverkusen, gave him the chance because he believes in his way he thinks about how to play football. And he saw that he has a team that plays very technical pressure football and control with very technical players. And he thought, well, it could be fit in very well with the guy that Alonso is. He's not a big speaker, but his body language is so strong that I think as a player on the pitch, he will give you the example how to play a good long ball or how to play the ball on the left or on the right foot. And if he does that, you just say, okay, good. I still have a lot to
learn. So what did you make of the news? First of all, obviously we've just touched on it briefly, but
yeah.
When the news did come out about Jurgen Klopp deciding to leave the club at the end of the season, did Germany stand still as much as Liverpool did?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody expected this because you see Liverpool in the leading position. You always see Jurgen on a press conference or wherever you see him. He's full of energy. He's always very clean in his head. And then this message comes. So that was a thunderstroke, clear sky. It was unbelievable. It was shocking. Yeah, shocking. But when you think about it, you think, well, yeah, he's also just a man.
Yeah. And do you see that Germany job being available for Jurgen when he's ready?
That could be a job that would fit to him. The only thing that's different is that he's not on the pitch every day. You just have your players now and then. And I don't know if he's the guy to do it that way. I see him as a coach whose motivation is on a different level, and he gets into the head of the boys because he sees them every day, and he gives them a kick in the ass, and he gives them a shoulder, and I think that mixture makes him so special.
Yeah, that's what let's say concerns me, because obviously I don't want him to manage a big rival, and I also don't want him to manage a top club, but he will, because no doubt about it, we will meet in the Champions League at some point. I just don't see him fit in the Germany the Germany role because of how hands-on he is.
Yeah, that's my opinion also. So, but he was very clear in his words that he said no English club anymore, and maybe the next year nothing. So after the European Championship, we will see what his decision will be. And but wow, what an interview that was, and how controlled he was. You saw his emotion, but it was not too much. And it was not too cool. It was spot on, and because I think it's spot on because it's from the heart.
Yeah.
He realized he has a certain position in Liverpool that everybody says, wow, he is our leader. He's the leader of our ship. And when he says we go to the east, we go to the east, and everybody will follow. And that's a strong position. And that's also a position so you are in charge and you can decide, this is the moment. I lose energy. I'm not the one I used to be when I step in the morning into my car and drive to Melwood. I'm a different one. I feel different. Or my wife says to me, Jurgen, it's not the Jurgen that I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we're all devastated. We are, and I don't think there was a dry eye in Liverpool on Friday. Let's just put it that way. And probably still not today. But in terms of the next step, then obviously we've spoke about Xabi. What message do you have for anyone who thinks it could be too soon for Xabi Alonso to be the Liverpool manager?
Leverkusen. We had the same discussions over there.
Okay.
He came in and everybody said, well, he never had a big team. He never coached a decent senior team. He's number one in the league. He hasn't lost a match this season. Not in Europe, not in the Cup, not in the league. What more impression do you have to make? There's nothing more. It's the only team in Europe that hasn't lost.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and on that level, with Bayern Munich in the same competition, that's not a normal thing.
No, so, his recruitment as well. That's what really impressed me. The players that he has brought in. When he signed Xhaka from Arsenal, there was eyebrows raised. Why would he go there? Or why does Alonso want him at Leverkusen? He's been a surprise as well.
Yeah. But Leverkusen, the last couple of years, they already had a very good team. Mm-hmm. But they were very young. And they lost games because they didn't have the experience you also need. Real Madrid has Kroos and Modric for years, and that's experience. You can buy good players, but you cannot buy experience. You have to learn it as a young player, and you get better and better. Like Wirtz is unbelievable. I think he's the best in Germany at the moment, best young player. If you put an experienced player behind him, like Xhaka, who also tells him, you have to defend this and there, and give him some small information, you make him better. And I think that was the small things that were missing in the whole schedule of the whole thing of Leverkusen. And they came in, and it started working from the beginning. And Xavi had a clear way of how he wanted to play. 3 center defenders in the back, running backs on both sides, 2 sitting number 6s who are defensive midfielders, and a lot of quality to the front with players who are able to love the ball. And Hofmann from Borussia Mönchengladbach, who also came over with a lot of experience, and Xhaka, they made the difference. They made the difference. And Boniface, okay, you need a little bit luck to get a young striker in, and Boniface was marvelous the first couple of months. Unfortunately, he has an injury now.
Do you see Leverkusen dropping off at any point, or do you see that consistency being there because of the levels that Xabi is demanding?
They the only thing they have is that it's an Africa Cup now.
Yeah.
So they miss their defense. They miss their normal structure. They miss the normal passes from A to B to C. Other players come in with different qualities. So you see a little different kind of football. And last weekend they dropped points. But still, they haven't lost a game. I think the 10th of February, it's Leverkusen Bayern Munich.
Oof.
Yeah, that's the big game. If you can beat Bayern there, I think it's a knockout. Then you go on. And I hope that most of the players from Africa Cup will be back then.
Yeah.
For Leverkusen. Yeah.
That's a huge game. Huge game.
That's a huge game. Yes, that's a big one. And in Munich, they played 2-2. They played very well. And it was a draw. Yeah.
Do we think? What's your opinion on that then? Obviously, this is going to go out before that game. Well, how do you see that going?
I think at the moment Leverkusen is better as Bayern Munich. The Munich also has problems to find solutions with teams who stand well or defend well in the last third of the pitch. I saw it last weekend against Augsburg. They had big problems, and Sané is not in a good form at the moment, and he's the one who makes the difference.
Yeah.
And Harry Kane is available, is always there in the box. That's his working space, but he needs people who deliver him.
Mm-hmm.
And if he get nothing, no food, he cannot score.
Yeah. There's a technical director linked with Liverpool. I don't know if you know much about him. Tim Steidten is his name. He's West Ham's current technical director. He's linked with the sporting director role at Liverpool.
Yeah, I saw it on the news. Yeah.
Do you know much about him and what he will bring
I don't
potentially?
know much about him. So I can't give you any information about that. Sorry.
It's fine. I had to ask.
But how are you happy with the work that Jurgen did?
Ooh.
It was a short period, just 2 transfer periods.
He brought in a complete midfield that we needed at the time. And I think if you look at every midfielder that we've signed, even the Endo, you will look at that and say that was a surprise signing. But I think every single one of them brings something different that we needed. So I think short but sweet.
Yeah, okay.
What's the opinion in Germany of your smacker?
Yeah, he is special. He's grummy a little bit, but he knows how to pick the right players to make a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not 6 high-quality players, but 6 players for a decent price who you can develop. And he knows that Jurgen is a coach that develops players. They come in on this level, and he brings them to this level. And that makes the difference.
When you seen, let's talk about Szoboszlai then. So obviously had a brilliant time over in Germany. When you seen that he was linked with Liverpool, what did you think at that time?
First, I thought, good for the boy. What a chance to prove yourself at Liverpool. But I saw him as a very intelligent and very keen player in the Bundesliga. So if you can do it on that level at Leipzig, also in the Champions League, in those games he performed very well. He was one of the better ones. Then you fit in a team that even has better players. Some players, they how should I say that? They get better very quick because they have better players around themselves.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Then
That's
the
fair.
level
That's fair.
goes up. And good players see good players because they play the ball to the good player because they want to win the match.
And he can hit the ball, can't he?
It's unbelievable. Wow. What a clean strike he has. Yeah, really. I hope he gets to his level he had 1.5, 2 months ago.
Yeah,
I think,
likewise.
He ran out of energy and got injured. Unfortunately, I think he shouldn't have played that match. I saw him limping off, and that's not good. That's not good.
Well, I think with him, because of how good he was when he came in the door, he had to play. But the problem he had was he was playing every single game, every single minute. And you could see that his performances were slowly dipping just due to the demands on his body, I assume.
Yeah, I remember, okay, it's a long time ago, but I still remember that you have to adapt to the tempo in the Premier League. Bundesliga is a good tempo, good technical skills, but also have periods in the game where it's calmer. The Premier League is much more demanding. It's much more for the head, it's much more for the body. And then you want to show yourself also. Then you go over the limit. It's normal. And you have to get used to that. Most players need one season and they are better in the second season.
Have you been surprised with Wataru Endo, how he is settled in?
Yeah, he was good in Stuttgart. He was one of the leading players in the team. And I thought, okay, Liverpool, that's a good chance for him. And he's a player that can make a team better you don't see him that much.
Yeah.
So somebody has to do the dirty work, and he does the dirty work. And he doesn't matter. He doesn't want to be in the newspaper on Monday morning. He just wants to be in the first 11.
yeah. He's been such a pleasant surprise. Obviously, we were linked with Moises Caicedo on the transfer deadline day, and we were all obviously, wow, 110 million Liverpool, this doesn't happen. And then Endo comes in at such a short price. You then have Twitter people like this. But I must say, what a signing and what a surprise signing he's been.
Yeah,
brilliant work.
Very smart, and those Japanese, they know exactly what a manager asks from them. And if you tell them do this and this, they do this and this.
Yeah,
and that's special. That's an attitude. And Endo has this attitude, and he knows. Okay, there are better footballers in front of me. Play the ball to them. Let them finish it off. I'm behind them, and I fix my job.
Yeah, exactly. I want to talk to you. I'll finish it briefly with let's say your move to Liverpool. 99. It seems a long time ago now. How did that come about for you then? So when did you find out you was coming to Liverpool first of all, and how did you react?
Yeah, first I played 3 years at Leverkusen, and in that year we played Champions League, and it went well. I played most of the matches, and then I got a phone call of Gerard Houllier, who just had one line: "Do you want to play for Liverpool FC?" And as a Liverpool fan from kid on, that was not a question. I didn't need to answer that. I just had an appointment with him on the airport in Brussels. I went over, I shake his hand, and I said, "I'm coming." I haven't spoke about money or how long, and I just want to be at Liverpool. I want to see how good I am. I want to see where my highest level is. And I came into a team with Robbie Fowler, Eamon Heskey, and Michael Owen, and I knew that it's going to be a battle for me. I'm the smallest name in this, and I gave it everything, and those guys were better. And then you have to leave, because on that level you have to be very good, and I was not good enough. So then I went back to Germany.
Is it hard to accept that?
Yes, that's very honest. And it hurts, because till then it always went up, and then you have competition around yourself, players who have more goals behind their name, and I didn't score in my first 5-6 matches. If I had that little bit of luck, or I don't know, quality, I don't know what it was, but maybe it would have been different. But now it ended up like this, and it was a great experience to be there. It was a great experience to be number 13, 14, or 17, and give it everything the minutes I got. And I'm now 54, and I'm very, very proud that I made that step to Liverpool.
That's really good. And I think, like you said, maybe it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Well, it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. But I think if you was to ask, let's say, fans and my generation and beforehand about you, we knew you give everything and we knew you as a crazy man.
Yeah, I want to win always. If it is Monopoly or chess or a round of badminton, I want to win. Even against my sister or my wife. I hate losing. And if I'm there at the biggest club in the world, for me, maybe not for a Spanish guy, but for me it is, then I want to give it everything. By the way, as a professional football player, you get well paid for it. So it's normal to give everything.
Yeah, you're very right with that one. I've got a memory of you, and you've spoke about this before, and I think every Liverpool fan probably has the same memory. I was 10 years old, and I go to the Westfalen Stadium for Alaves. And Dortmund Square was a really good time in my life. Unfortunately, I couldn't drink beer at this age. But I can tell you someone who did, and you had a good time.
I had a really good time. But I was injured. I had ripped off 3 ligaments on my right ankle. So I was doing a rehab. And I was there with my physiotherapist and my 2 best friends. I organized 4 tickets by Sander Westerveld. And we went to Dortmund. And I said, well, let's go a little bit earlier. Maybe we can drink a beer in town. And we did. We went with the Straßenbahn, with the tram. We went to the square. We came up to the square, and my friends, they just wear my shirt, Erik Meijer, number 18 on the back. And one of the guys went to the bar to order a beer. And one of the scousers came, hey mate, where you get that shirt from? And he just turned around with 4 beers in his hand, and he pointed to me and said, Erik, and he's there. Yeah, from that moment on, my whole afternoon changed. I had to sing, I had to drink beer, I had to go on photos. And then that final, 5-4, in that stadium, that was a special day.
Wow, what a day.
Don't tell my wife, but it was better than my wedding.
There was a song that you sung, I'm Big, I'm Red. Finish it off for me. Honestly, that's unbelievable. Goosebumps all over, and it's special when you are a fan of a club and you may play for that club. You may wear that shirt. Yeah,
I think that's not many players will have that feeling. Maybe Thomas Müller at Bayern München. But not that many, because you start somewhere and then it develops to something. I didn't know that I'm going to be a professional football player. I just started playing football because my father did it. Mm-hmm. And at the end, I end up with 18 years of professional football. And now I'm still in the football business. I'm analyzing at Sky every Saturday with Didi Hamann. And it's a lot of fun, the 2 of us. He's doing the long talks, and I'm there for the analysis and the small talks between. And it's a good mixture. Yeah.
He's a good man, Didi, and I think he's had a I don't really know how to say it, but he hasn't had a good experience with Jurgen, has he, over the last few years? And it maybe it's diminished his perception from Liverpool fans, which I really don't want to see, because obviously he's part of our history as well. He was such a huge player in helping us win that Champions League and many more games. I wonder if that relationship will get any better now Jurgen's on his way.
Oh yes, I think so. Why not? I didn't know it was that bad. Didi is very honest. If it doesn't fit in his thing, then he will tell it. But he also tells those things about Bayern Munich or the national team. Or he's straight, and I like it. I like the way he is.
Oh, definitely.
you cannot be friends with everybody.
No, it's that's entirely right. And I think when I say at the point it is, Liverpool fans obviously love Diddy. And I think just the frostiness between Jurgen and Diddy has obviously raised eyebrows with Liverpool fans. But
Yeah.
again, you know what Scousers are like. We're very straight to the point, very direct. So
Yeah, that's why I
appreciate
like it
both
also.
sides.
That's why I like it also. We Dutch are more or less the same.
Yeah,
If it's shite, we say it's shite.
that's it.
That's it, and there's nothing else. So why should I lie? No.
Yeah.
And if somebody asks me to analyze a match, I show them what I saw. And if it's negative, then I have to show it. I like to show positive things, but if it's negative, I do it. It's my job.
Oh, definitely. And I think Sky in England gets eyebrows raised upon sometimes with Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, because sometimes Jamie Carragher's overcritical of Liverpool, maybe too much, we'd say.
Now that's the same with Didi here about Bayern Munich. I think
Okay.
you're very critical on things that you love.
Yeah, very right. Very right. You got plans for the Chelsea game tonight?
Couch, sit, watch, and hope.
Yeah. Anfield for me. I'm hoping it's a good night.
I hope too. Yeah. I hope too. Yeah. We could be a happy ending at the end of May with still 4 titles we can grab. So let's make it a very nice Jurgen finish, and then it will be very, very difficult for the one who's coming down.
Oh, I know. Erik, thanks.
That are big shoes you have to step in.
Oh yeah. And if it is Xabi Alonso, I wish him all the luck in the world, because as a Liverpool fan, we love. He's an adopted Scouser, like you all are, the ones who wore that red shirt. But when he comes, and if he comes, and if it is Xabi Alonso, then I pray to God it works out for him, because I look at ex-players coming into the clubs that the fans love. It's so difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, but I see Alonso also, because you don't want to mix up the squad again.
Yeah.
The players who are now at Liverpool, they also fit in the system that Alonso likes to play. Okay. So it doesn't make a big difference. You need players who love to be on ball control, who are technical on a very high level, who can play football in very small spaces, and who are very dominant. I think those players are already at Liverpool. Maybe you can fine-tune it to the left or to the right, but most of the players are already there.
And out of what would you say the odds are on Xabi being the next manager then? Would you say it's nailed on?
Yeah, that would be very nice.
Right, Erik, I will leave you to it. Thank you very much for today, and thanks for coming back to me and being as honest as you have been. And it's been great to have you on. Honestly, it means a lot.
And when we see you as a Liverpool, let's grab a pint.
Definitely. Nice one.
All the best.